Among fit young sons saw I well-stocked folds. Now bear they the beggar's staff. Wealth is as swift as a winking eye. Of friends the falsest it is. Hey everybody, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to turn 76 of Aries, where we are playing Utgard. And we've got a couple of interesting things happening this turn. So the first is we get a messenger from Atlantis. Thanks, I'm more than a little nervous, but that is what makes it fun. Absolutely, I mean, let's be honest, at the end of the day, Dominions isn't fun, well, with the caveat of, generally speaking, everyone can enjoy Dominions in it, right? Everyone can find their own fun in it. But normally, the fun that people find with Dominions is the uncertainty, right? It's not fun because you just know every single thing that's going to happen. It's fun because you get yourself into tense situations and you're not quite sure what the outcome is. So, I'm excited to see what happens. So we have completed Enchantment 6, and then we have some battles. We'll go ahead and look here at the battle in... we'll not look at the battle in Behemoth's Rest, because that one we don't. So we have an army that moved on to the battle of Behemoth's Rest, and then we will look at the battle in Mighty Pillars. This one we care about. So, we have arrayed our spider forces, our smattering of undead, our Sithkonas, our Sabbath slaves, our Scrati, and then a long line of giants on the other side. Actually have not too terribly much, right? This is the force that moved in, right? The supporting force. So this is a Windmaster, this is an Engakok, and so that's fine. This is the more deadly thing. This is the thing that we have to worry about, is the Sylphs, right? Bunch of ethereal flyers, and Lightning Swarm is armor negating and hits very hard against people who do not have lightning resistance, which we are not currently packing. So, we communion up. Easy peasy. We fire off a couple of shots. Nothing doing. No big deal. We get a mass protection. So this is enough to utilize gems, right? So we get a Howl out. We get a Light of the Northern Star. We get a... what's the thing? It's not Swarm anymore. It's, I don't know. It's the Swarm times 2, basically. So here is the problem, right? Is these Sylphs all come down and they land on part of the front line of Sithkonas. I think they pop 3 Seaths almost instantaneously. So that is very unfortunate. That just sucks. But almost immediately afterwards, we basically crush them, and then we kill the shit out of everything else that is here. At the end of it, we don't get that Engakok, but we killed pretty much everything else. So, we killed the Windmaster, we killed the Corpus Constructs, the Ice Guards, the Long Dead, the Sylphs. Only thing that escaped was the Engakok. We lost unsubstantial things, except for the 3 Sithkonas. And that's unfortunate, right? But that was almost entirely because the Sylphs landed on the bottom portion of that line of Sithkon. We just don't have as much chaff as I would prefer to have, is the situation. So, we also had a battle in the Midgefence where we lost another 2 Sithkonas. And we can watch this real quick, but I believe this is mostly just due to... so we communion up again. I don't think we lose anything to Archer Fire. Not yet. I think we lose a Seath to... I think we lose 2 Seaths to basically like a Thunder Strike or something. Oh, no, 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 no. So it's this. Is it that? I think the vulva is casting stellar cascades, and that's what's getting us. Could be wrong though. I'm not sure. But we lose 2 Seathkonas here. And we take the fortress. So, from there, we've got 100 people lost here, 230 lost there, plus another 100 in cold, plus another 450 and cold. Fucking, we have horrible fucking provinces right now. But we did get 320 gold, which is very nice. We lost the Troll Woods, whatever. And Umbro is repairing their ship. So we don't care about anything about any of that stuff. What we care about is the throne, right? This is turn 76. Atlantis is on a throne rush. This is probably the weakest army that they have involved in their throne rush. Can we beat it, right? So if we take a look at it, it's not this army, sorry. It is this army at Behemoth's Rest. Again, we've looked over this the last turn, but it's a couple of Angakocks. It's a Black Witch who has a Crystal Matrix on, so she's able to communion up. We've got a couple of Communion Slaves. We got a Shaman involved in things. We got a couple of Tungaluks. And we've got a very nice, stable army of Ice Guards. So, what are we doing? We are sending everything in. We're sending all the people in, including a little scout in. But we're sending everything into Behemoth's Rest. So let's take a look at what do we generally have. So we have a couple of different situations. And that is... we have our Scrotty, okay? So we've got our Communion, and our Communion is doing the normal things that we're, kind of aware of the community of, right? So we're doing a couple of big battlefield things. We're doing a bunch of Horde of Skeletons casting, and we're doing a bunch of Nether Dart spamming. So we've got individuals who are doing buffs, right? So we're doing like vulnerability, skeletal body, enlarge, etc. Right? Personal luck, personal regeneration, twist fate, poison resistance, astral shield, etc., etc. Right? And then we've got our section of buffs, so mass protection, light of the northern star, anti-magic, howl, relief, creeping doom, and then a mixture of horde of skeletons and soul slay, right? And then we have our general casters for Horde of Skeletons, just to get chaff onto the field. We have our general casters for Nether Darts, etc. And I think the last thing that we really added, aside from the relief, which we've added this turn, right, is we've added Army of Giants into the mix. And this is almost specifically on top of the Scrotty, in order to hopefully guarantee we hit them with enlarge, right? And that's pretty much it. That's the only real difference. So, and then we have so we're sending all of that in, and the other part of the army being obviously the Horde of Skeletons, the undead giants, and then the actual giants, and then the fighters, right? So we have a couple of other individuals being Gunloth is in the corner with his, well, he doesn't, they're not here right now, but Gunloth is in the corner doing his normal liquid body, quicken self, breath of winter, etc. But over here in Ulm, Air Force One is also going to be in that corner. He's going to be doing his gift of flight, and then he's also going to be doing wind guide and arrow fend case, right? And then we're going to have another Seathkona there in the corner doing regeneration, body ethereal, and then probably just soul slay, because after that we're mostly doing battlefield buffs, so it doesn't. We've got another Sabbath slave, so this should put us at 8 slaves. We're bringing in the Ghoul King, and we're bringing in Ferris, right? Ferris is going to be doing Earth Power, which adds Earth Power into our Communion Slaves for reinvigoration, which is awesome, right? And then he's actually going to be casting Marble Warriors. Whatever batch he gets is going to be significantly higher protection than normal, right? And then he's going to cast 2 Gifts from Heaven, right? And so hopefully these Gifts from Heaven will hit before anything super important there. Like, these Knights might be there, but whatever, right? So these Gifts of Heaven might just straight up kill something important on his side. And we're doing Gifts of Heaven both on Ferris and on Yazrid, right? So Yazrid is going to be doing Phoenix Power, and this is mostly just kind of whatever, but it does give Fire Resistance 15, okay? And then he's going to do Flaming Arrows. So Flaming Arrows gets 8 armor-piercing damage, which is nice on our line of giants, because our line of giants do have javelins. So those javelins already hit really hard, and they're already going to be wind-guided, right? So they're hopefully going to be super accurate. And then on top of that, not only are they going to be super accurate, hitting really hard, they're also going to hit even harder with armor-piercing fire damage. So it's nice. And then we have, these random little chaff units. The Knights actually could be pretty nice, because keep in mind we do have mass protection going up. So these guys are actually going to have natural protection 10 on top of the armor values that they already have. So these guys are going to be pretty decently high armored with a nice series of attacks. So I have them down, way down on the corner on an attack rear scenario. So they probably are going to hit the line of the Ice Guard, right? Because he has so many Ice Guard. But it's possible that this little line can either tie up that entire flank of Ice Guard with such high protection, or they can potentially chew through them. We'll see. I don't really have anything held out in hope, particularly, but who knows? And that's basically it. So we also have Scout heading that direction for a resupply with gems. I don't know that that's going to matter at all. We will see. But that's really the entirety of the turn. I'm also recruiting some more Seaths, right, and getting more Jotun Javelinists. I'm not ignoring everything else that's going on in a turn, but we can't really cast things because of Astral Corruption. Which, by the way, it looks like Gath took down... what's it called? What's it called? Arcane Nexus. There we go. So it looks like Gath took down Arcane Nexus the last turn. We're actually probably going to be heading up. So I've been thinking about this for a bit, but we're probably going to head up Alteration. Just cuz, like, we're not even researching this turn, so it probably doesn't matter. But in the off chance that we do start researching again, we're probably going to go back up Alteration. And that is almost entirely because I think we're going to try to keep one of these guys around with us if we don't get completely destroyed here. We're probably going to try to keep Ferris or Yazrid around, and that's pretty much for the concept of eventually getting to something like Army of Lead, Army of Gold. That's an extremely, like, edge case situation. It's very unlikely that that's actually going to happen. But in the off chance that it does happen, there's, like, no reason for me not to try for it, right? So, we'll see. Anyways, I think that's actually about it for the turn. So we're at, aside from trying to have a very big battle in Behemoth's Rest next turn, which should be cool, we're actually moving back our army from Midge Fens. We're heading back towards Umbro. We'll probably go ahead and take Umbro while we're here. We'll lose... I'll probably keep moving. Where is Whistle? Plague Whistle, actually. I'll probably just move Plague Whistle up this direction. There's no reason why. There's no reason to just lose the undead without cause. So we'll send everyone else up, and actually we'll do this. We'll do a box formation. Let's box everyone up. All good. And we'll probably take Umbro. Umbro gives us a Death Gem and 2 air, 2 nature. So if we can hold on to it for a couple turns, great, fantastic. Why not? Right, but we're going to be moving the armies back up towards Ulm for the eventual concept of if I beat Atlantis here and the game doesn't end, then we're going to consolidate the army and we're going to go get our capital back. Rephrase. We're going to go die trying to get our capital back. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we're going to send out a message to everyone. Things more important, wealth, which there are many of. And that's pretty much it for the turn. So I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.